Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel Teacher Syed 2020. We are still at Unit 11, High Tech World. And for this episode, we are going to focus on speaking skills, whereby you are required to present your answers verbally. Bear in mind that in this coming SPM, you have to sit for your speaking test, in addition to writing, listening, and reading. And for this activity, we turn to page 143. So please turn to page 143, everybody. We are going to start with activity 1. So for activity 1, we have 3 questions. But before we start with activity 1, I would like to suggest something. Okay, this is my idea. Of course, in this video, I will provide my answers. But before that, I would like to suggest that every time you see pause sign, pause the video and then try to answer the question yourselves first, and then after that you can resume. You can continue watching the video and you will get my answers. So you have your answers and my answers, so therefore you can compare both answers. We are going to start with activity 1. Okay, for activity 1, we have 3 questions, as you can see here. Alright, the first question. Okay, the first question. Do you like having your photo taken, or do you prefer to be behind the camera? Question number 2. What is your opinion of computer programs that manipulate photographs? And question number 3. What items of technology do you own? What items of technology do you own? Okay, those are the 3 questions. Now, get ready to pause your videos. Okay, pause now. Okay, I think you have already answered. You have already answered the questions, all 3 of them. Now, this is my answers. Compare your answers with mine.
If I were given a choice, I would prefer being in front of the camera. This is because I have always dreamed to be a model, and many people say that I always know how to pose in front of the camera. So, I will prefer having my picture taken. And if I were given a choice, I would prefer being behind the camera and take pictures. This is because photography is always my passion, and I have mastered several techniques in taking pictures professionally, and furthermore, I think I cannot be a good model and I don't look like one.
In my opinion, computer programs that can manipulate photographs are useful. They can be used to improve the quality of the photos. The best example that I can give you is Adobe Photoshop. By using this software, you can enhance the quality of the photo. For example, you can make it brighter, you can make the colors more vibrant, and you can also make the image sharper. Nowadays, you can also use programs like this to improve old photos. So now, even old photos can look like new. I also believe that it is very good because it can also make us creative, whereby we can manipulate the photos to make it more fun. For example, by combining 2 photos, or changing the backgrounds and so on. I myself enjoy using programs like this. 2 items of technology that I own: a smartphone and laptop. With these 2 items I can do so many tasks. Firstly, for communication, I can make calls and also use texts. Besides that, nowadays we also have Google Meet or Zoom, which enable us to have remote or online classes. Also, these gadgets enable me to use the internet, where I can access to unlimited information. Finally, the technology also helps me to get entertainment.
Okay, Alhamdulillah, we have completed activity 1. Okay, let's go to activity 2. Okay, read the question. Choose one of the pairs of the items below. Tell your partner which pair you have chosen, and describe how you think they are similar and different. Finally, tell your partner which item you would prefer to own if you could only own one of them, and explain why. Use the expressions in the language bank to help you order and structure what you are saying. Okay, you have several choices here. Firstly, the first pair is mobile phone and laptop. Second pair, digital camera and mobile phone. Third pair, motorbike and car. And finally, the last pair is washing machine and dishwasher. So we are told to refer to the language bank. Okay, let us first refer to the language bank. Okay, this is the language bank. To be sequencing, we are given the guideline on how to sequence our ideas, how to arrange our ideas. So we are using these expressions. For example, to begin with, that is the first item, the first thing in the list, to begin with. Or you can also use firstly, first of all. Or you can use I'll begin by saying, I'll begin by explaining. Or the last option is for one thing, and then you want to continue with the next item, you use next. You can also use secondly. Another thing is that. And finally, when you reach towards the end of the item, you say finally, lastly. Okay, pause your video now and answer. Alhamdulillah, I hope you have already answered, and then now compare your answer with mine.
Okay, among the four pairs, I will choose mobile phone and laptop. Both have similarities and differences. To begin with, they have similar function when it comes to the internet. Both gadgets enable us to use the internet, but when it comes to communication, smartphone can do better since it enables us make calls more easily. To do writing tasks, I think a laptop does a better job, since it is much bigger. If I were allowed to keep only one of these items, smartphone will be my choice, without any doubt. This tiny multi-purpose gadget enables me to carry out numerous tasks. For one thing, it is a device for communication. Secondly, it helps me to gain information easily and quickly. Finally, it also serves as an entertainment tool.
Okay, we go to activity 3. Work in pairs to answer the questions about the photographs. One of you will be student A and the other will be student B. Use the words and phrases in the language bank to help you. Again, we are talking about the language bank. Okay, the one that I showed you just now. Okay, this time you student A and student B. Okay, you are given two pictures. Let us study picture A. Three people are playing, they are holding the game controller, and maybe they are playing a computer game, video game. And picture B, also three people, they are jogging at the park. Okay, the question, compare the two photographs. Why is each free time activity popular? Student B, in your free time, would you be more likely to choose technology or fresh air and exercise? Which one do you prefer? Using technology or just exercise in the fresh air? Which one do you choose? Pause your video now. Okay, you have already answered that. Student A already answered, student B already answered. And you can also answer for both student A and student B. These are my answers.
Picture shows a group of people playing video game. This activity is popular as it is done indoor. So we can do it at any time of the day or night. It is also clean and safe. Picture B shows people having fun outdoor, most probably jogging or walking at the park. This kind of activity is popular since it promotes a healthy lifestyle. Besides that, we can also enjoy natural surroundings and fresh air. In my free time, I would certainly choose fresh and exercise. I'll begin by saying that this type of activity is much more beneficial than technology, which to me promotes passive lifestyle. In this era of technology, we need to spare some time for physical activities.
Okay, we go to picture C and picture D. Okay, let us study picture C. Okay, somebody at the study table staring at the laptop monitor, maybe completing his assignment using the laptop. And picture D, somebody, the background is bookshelf, so I think this is a library. Somebody who is studying, who is reading a book. Okay, Compare the two photographs. What are advantages of each way of studying? Studying using laptop or internet, I think, and then studying using books. What are advantages of each way of studying? Do you think you spend too much time on your computer? You answer that. Student B and student A. Pause video and answer the question. Okay, good. You have already given your answers, and now this is my answer.
In picture C, I can see a man using his laptop, most probably doing or completing his assignment. The advantages of using this device is that we can do it much faster and the sources of information are also much wider. In picture D, a lady is reading books. The advantage of doing this is that it is much healthier. Staring at computer monitors too much might lead to damage to our eyes. Besides that, information from books is much more reliable since we can get the name of the writers and publishers easily. Do I spend too much time on my computer? Not really, I think. For your information, I keep a schedule for my daily routine. I will use computer during online classes, of course. Other than that, I will also use it at night to complete my assignments. At other time, I will spend my time doing activities with my family.
Finally, number 4, activity 4, work in pairs to discuss these questions. Okay, this one we go one by one, okay? Which items of technology could you live without? Okay, pause. Okay, and this is my answer.
Which items of technology couldn't you live without? Items of technology I couldn't live without are none other than smartphone and computer. For one thing, having these two would certainly make life easier. Firstly, it is a tool for communication, be it using normal phone calls or using apps like WhatsApp or Telegram or others. Secondly, for educational purposes, and thirdly, for general everyday tasks like shopping, banking, transportation, and so on.
Okay, question 2. Do you think it is important to keep up to date with the latest technology? Pause and answer. Okay, good. And this is my answer.
Do you think it's important to keep up to date with the latest technology? Well, whether we like it or not, we have to face the reality that technology has gradually been taking over most of our everyday tasks. This would surely make it necessary for us to keep ourselves updated with the latest technology, or else we will be left behind. For example, if we don't know how to use Google Classroom or Google Meet, we would not be able to have our online classes.
C. Generally speaking, is technology bad for your health? What examples can you give of technology that benefits our health? So you have to answer two. You have two questions there. Firstly, is technology bad for our health? Yes, it is. No, it isn't. What examples can you give technology that benefits our health? What is so good about technology to our health? Pause. Answer. And this is my answer.
Generally speaking, is technology bad for our health? What examples can you give of technology that benefits our health? I think it's kind of unfair to say that technology is bad for health. I strongly feel that bad health is caused by our attitude in using it, not the technology itself. Various training and exercise equipment and machines are examples of technology beneficial to health. To monitor our health and vaccination status during COVID-19 pandemic, we also need technology such as the app My Sehatera.
And finally, Alhamdulillah, we have already reached the end of the page. What do you think will be the next great invention? Okay, pause and answer. Alright, and finally, this is my answer.
What do you think will be the next great invention? Ever since lockdown, we have been very familiar with online or remote classes. I therefore hope that in the future they would come up with smarter, more advanced and friendlier technology to facilitate this kind of learning. Maybe the one that does not depend on the internet access. Or, the second choice is providing unlimited internet access throughout the country. If that could be achieved, I think it would boost the quality of education in our country, and I'm not hoping for any other technology.
Okay, Alhamdulillah, we have come to the end of our discussion. The main idea of this activity is when you are given the choice, you make the choice, you make the decision, and then you explain by presenting your reasons. And besides that, this activity, in my opinion, triggers our creative and critical thinking. It also triggers high order thinking skills, HOTS. Thank you very much for watching from the beginning until the end. Okay, bear in mind, for speaking, you cannot master the skills in leaps and bounds. You cannot master the skills instantly or quickly. You have to undergo prolonged training. Start from now, inshallah. When you reach the exam date, you can do it smoothly. Okay, of course, like always, all the best for your studies, all the best for your speaking test. See you again in my next videos. Share this video if you think it is beneficial. That's all from me. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.